time. It's beer time with Beer Man. Oh, hello everyone. How you guys doing? Today, we're in this beautiful world. It's hot out there. Some parts of the world.
Very hot.
Cheers to everyone on this awesome any alcohol and cheese Tuesday. This is our second week of the month where we do this. So hopefully you guys brought something cool and good. Cheers to the panel here. Bumpyisms, Thomas Metal 75, and Art by Sparkle. Cheers. Cheers, guys. All right. Thanks for being on the panel today. And cheers to those that show up on the right side of our screen, the community. Yes, we love you. Cheers. All right. So let's go ahead and do a little show and tell. We'll start with Bumpy if he's ready.
Bumpy.
You ready to go?
Ready to go.
You are ready.
He's getting there.
Already, I am just cutting up my cheese into little thingy things.
Cutting cheese.
Opening up some jalapenos.
Oh boy.
Let's see here. What? Oh, maybe. I'll take a cheesy cheese. Oh, that just split it right in half. That didn't work. Nom nom nom.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, that's not working. Whatever.
Goodbye, skewer.
We'll just get some jalapenos on this thing. This will work. I'm fishing for jalapenos right now.
Oh boy.
All
Oh,
right.
danger.
I'm just going to kind of drape that over like that.
Oh.
All right. So I got a glass of ice. The cheese I have is a yellow cheddar. And it comes from Tillamook.
Whoa.
And it's extra sharp aged cheddar. Naturally aged cheddar with a bold and tangy flavor. That's true because I did just eat some. And what I'm going to do is make a Bloody Mary.
Ooh.
And it's going to be a spicy Bloody Mary. So I have some Kettle One vodka. I'll pour out about I think this is like a 1 ounce shot glass. I don't really know. Calls for an ounce of vodka. That might be 2. If it is, whatever. Because I'm pouring the same with this Mr. and Mrs. T's bold and spicy Bloody Mary mix. I had some of that other Bloody Mary mix still, but it's like super chunky and it's kind of old. It's been opened and I don't trust it. Even though it's been in the fridge. It's like I don't like chewing on things I'm like not sure of.
Me too.
Oh, or 2. And 3.
Those are precise measurements.
And a 4. Precisely. I'm following the instructions, you know. Uh-oh. And I dropped the cap. All right. So now I have enough vodka left to make another one if needed. We got the Bloody Mary here. Looking nice. Let's just go ahead and scoop those jalapenos right in there. Give this a little stir.
Oh my.
Okay. My idea was I was going to put jalapenos and cheese on the skewer and, just like they would do. Whatever. So the cheese, anyways, looks like this. It's orange. It's yellow. Now, I forgot how we do this. I don't continue on, right? somebody else goes.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll just do show tell. Yep.
All right. Sorry it took so long to build my Bloody
Don't
Mary.
worry about it, dude. All right. Yeah, make your drinks up. Do your thing. Hell yeah. Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers.
Thanks, man. All right. Eric, we go.
Okay, this is crazy. I'm not drinking a Bloody Mary, but I do have a Tillamook cheddar cheese to discuss too. Ah, the white cheddar. It's very white
All right.
cheddar.
It's
This
white
is
versus orange tonight.
sharp white cheddar. Tillamook. And what are we gonna try this with? A bottle kill this evening. I have bottle killed the bottle of Volcan de May Tierra Tequila Reposado.
All right.
There's the Volcan de May Tierra that is there located in Jalisco of Mexico. It's a cool looking bottle. They've subsequently made a new bottling for this, but go check out the review on Thomas Middle 75 channel on YouTube. Here's what it looks like in the glass.
Nice.
So this has a little age to it. This is a 2-month age in, I believe it's in white oak used. I think it's in used bourbon barrels. I believe it is French oak barrels, whiskey barrels, cognac barrels / used barrels. Just for they say aged over 2 months, which is a little more than 135 days. It's kind of weird math on their commercial description, but just over 2 months. There you go. See how she plays.
Oh yeah, dude. Thanks, Eric. Cheers, dude. All right.
Nice.
We got Sparkle next.
All right. So first I will show the cheese. This is an Asiago. Let's see if I can do it this way. Okay. And I've had this cheese before. I really, really like it. This one happens to be from Fry's. And let's see. Aged over 5 months. So that's the cheese. And I am going to make a black charro. I'm going to use Jose Cuervo Especial. And this is made with blue agave silver tequila. And it says since 1795, our tequila has been made in only one way and in only one place. And that's, hold on, I have my glasses on. La Rogerna, Mexico. Okay. And then it is made with Cafe Dolce imported coffee liqueur, product of Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
And I do have to share a little story. This black charro came about for me when my mom and I went to Mexico City for a wedding, and we did a trip to climb the pyramids. We got to the top, and it took me 2 hours to get the courage to come down. So the tour guide that took us asked me, do you like tequila? And I said, well, I've only really had it in margaritas. And he said, oh, I'm going to take you to this wonderful place. We have a margarita, but I want to have you have a black charro. And I'm going, okay. So we get to the restaurant, and he said, would you like to wager? And I said, okay. He said, if you can drink more black charro than me, your excursion is free. And my mom's going, oh, honey, come on. Be a lady. Don't do that. And I went, you're on. Long story short, I was on my 6th. He was on his 5th. And he got up to walk around and fell flat on his face. Our excursion was free.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It was wild. My mom was horrified, but whatever. Okay, so I'm going to use See if I can do this right. Clank. I have this interesting little spout glass because it's easy for me to hold on to.
Oh, crazy.
And I'm just going to free fall it because I really pretty much know. Okay, so we're going to do 2 shots of the tequila. And we're going to do, hold on. Now, I'm sure they used better quality, but this is what I had. 1 shot of the cafe liqueur. And you don't stir, you just swirl. And there you have it, a black taro.
Boom.
Oh, cool.
Story time. I like that.
And I tell you what, it doesn't take too many.
I don't imagine. All right. Well, thanks, Sparkle.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hi, how's it going? Jesus, we're on the same wavelength, Bumpy. I've got Tillamook. I got Tillamook.
Whoa! 3 Tillamooks today. Damn.
Oh.
The Tillamook hour.
You know, there's the cheese. Yeah, smells very smoky and umami in here. Umami. Ooh, MILF. Okay. So I bought just a Woodford Reserves Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey, 45.2%, 90.4 proof. And I think it was like 30 or something like that, maybe, for a 750. So let's go ahead. I'm just gonna pour it neat, drink it neat. And McLean Karen. And it's got great color, actually. Really nice color to it. Or I don't know how long it was aged. Probably, what, 4 years or something? It doesn't really say. But I hope that goes well. So we'll see. Cheers.
Nice.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's get back to Bumpy. Well, first let's say cheers to everyone in the community that showed up. Cheers, Carlos.
Cheers, everybody.
Tommy Carroll, Ken's World. Oh yeah, good to see you guys. All right. So up next is Bumpy to do the full review and pairing. Cheers.
All right. So we're gonna eat some of the cheese. So we're gonna smell it first. It's got a little bit of a sweetness to it. It smells like a typical cheddar, kind of. Nothing crazy about it. This says it's an extra sharp, I think. Yeah, extra sharp aged cheddar. Yeah, I'd say it smells sharp. I wouldn't say it smells exactly extra sharp. Maybe it's the extra sharp. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. All right. Sweet and a little bit sharp. Cheddary.
Cheezers.
Cheezers.
Don't stab yourself. Cheezers.
This be delicious.
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a kind of sweetness up front with a little depth, little dive. It gets almost kind of grassy. A little cheddar funk. This is definitely more like Midwest, like a Wisconsin type cheddar. Maybe it might kind of be more similar to like Vermont cheddar on this side versus definitely not New York. I'm not getting any like champagne-y type notes out of it, but it's got a decent little bite there, the sharpness. chew it. It's a very like kind of bendy, flexy cheese that will snap. It's not super crumbly, but it will melt. Kind of breaks down in the mouth, coats the palate. Lots of salinity. It's a pretty salty cheddar. After you get over the hump of sweetness, they use tangy. They say tangy. Yeah, it's got that cheddar tang. I think I call it twang, but cheddar tang. Yeah, it's kind of I don't know. I'd say it's a safe cheddar. If somebody doesn't like super sharp, or somebody is kind of more keen to mild cheddar, it's not offensive, I guess. Let's get to the Bloody Mary, which I put more jalapenos in, and then I also sunk.
You're such a glutton for punishment.
Jalapeno. And then I also sunk a thing of cheese in there too. Oop, there's the cheese.
Oh shit! All right.
All right. You smell it? Yeah, it smells, like a really cheap Bloody Mary. It's the Mr. and Mrs. T's Bloody Mary mix is so simple. It's mostly like tomato. It's like I could have put V8, spicy V8 juice in this. It would have been the same thing. So yeah, a lot of like tomato-y, maybe a little bit of salt. Not really picking up the jalapenos or the cheese in it, but let's take a swig. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice. Cheers.
Well, there we go. Some jalapeno seeds. Yeah, it's not offensive. It doesn't have the chunks in it, which sometimes I don't mind the chunks, but then sometimes I do mind the chunks. So this one's pretty easy to drink. It's liquidy. It's very mild. It says spicy. It's very mild on the spicy. Ingredients in this thing: water, tomato concentrate, cane sugar, vinegar, sea salt, citric acids, Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, and a bunch of other stuff. It says something about smoke flavor, garlic, jalapeno pepper puree, spices, cayenne, chipotle pepper, garlic powder. So yeah, it's got some flavors to it, but for the most part, it tastes like tomato. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that cheese that's been sitting in here now. Try to fish that out. That's coated in the Bloody Mary. The cheese lost all its flavor. Interesting.
It did? Whoa.
Until you get into it, yeah.
That's crazy.
It was also cold because there's ice in there. But yeah, it definitely changed the flavor of the cheese. So this is going to be interesting. I figured cheese would be a safe thing with the Bloody Mary because a lot of times you get like the garnish on top, and there's usually chunks of cheese or pepperonis, depending on where you go.
Yeah.
You get different things. Some people throw gigantic shrimp on there. Yeah, it's not a bad Bloody Mary though. It's not the best by far. I will eat some jalapenos coming up.
Nice.
Let's eat some cheese and then drink the Bloody Mary.
Mary.
Bloody cheesers.
Why? Yeah.
I don't want to know how they got the name Bloody Mary.
I don't want to know.
We probably got it wrong in our
Yeah, that works well. Actually, this Bloody Mary mix does work well with this cheese. Like when I'm chewing it up and stuff, it's got that cheddar tanginess that mixes very well with the tomato-y, garlicky. bit of the. Almost poked my eye out. Then I got glasses. Let's go ahead and put a jalapeno on one of these cheeses and drink and then eat. Cheesers again.
Bloody cheesers.
Merry cheeses.
Skull.
Skull.
There he goes.
Oh yeah.
It's not gonna be delicious.
The jalapeno goes very well with the cheese as well. Think of like a jalapeno popper. There you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wild.
Good.
You like that, huh? It's good. Good, man. Oh, yeah.
All right. That does it. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Sounded smashing. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring up Eric, Mr. Thomas Metal 75.
Hello, thank you for stopping by the Beer Man channel of YouTube. Okay, so we are enjoying once again. We got a three-peat on Tillamook, I guess, cheddars. This is their sharp white cheddar. Right on. And again, we're going to do a little aged tequila for 2 months in the barrels. This is Volcan de May Tierra Tequila Reposado. Bam. They do have new labeling at this point in time, and their bottling is about somewhere around, I think, the $70 to $75 range. When I bought this on New Year's Day, actually, of all things, it was like around, I think it was around $50. So that was a good deal a couple months back. Yeah. So they are from, so Volcan de May Tierra is, I believe they're a subsidiary of the Hennessy brand of all things. And I Mont Hennessy, yeah. I probably pronounced that wrong. And they're out of Jalisco. That's the state in Mexico. And they are considered a valley tequila in Los Altos. There's valley and there's highland tequilas. In general, you're going to get more herbal, vegetal, floral, and citrusy notes out of a valley tequila. And the highlands, which are going to be a little bit more above sea level, they tend to be softer, more delicate, and a tad sweeter. So there's a little bit of information there. They're using champagne yeast in this stainless steel tanks, 100% agave, additive free, 2 times distilled in copper pots. And we talk about French oak barrels, whiskey barrels, cognac barrels, and used barrels for the aging. 40% ABV. They're cooking in stone brick ovens and autoclaves at high pressure, and they're using a Tahona wheel, an actual giant wooden or stone wheel to extract the agaves, and roller mills with natural spring water. And I don't know how the brand says just over 2 months aging is 135 days, but that is actually the commercial description. That's kind of bad math. Anyways, enough about that. Let's try some. Do we try the cheese first or the tequila? We'll do a little tiny bit of tequila first, I guess. Okay, so I did a review of my channel, so I'm going to try to go kind of just briefly into this one. So nice light amber honey kind of a color. Very nice. There's some legs and tears forming, not a appreciable amount, but there are some if you can maybe sort of kind of see them there. Yeah. Sort of kind of, yeah. Nosing. I always found that throughout this bottle, there was a big old cooked agave and cinnamon note. Very big baking spice cinnamon note in this one. And some honey notes. Maybe some dried apple notes, dried fruit notes. Definitely honey. There's a little bit of black pepper in there. There's a little bit of maybe a lime, maybe just a touch of a lime, kind of a brine note, and maybe like the jalapeno, the skin of a jalapeno. Cool. Yeah, that's about it. For the most part, very vegetal and sweet with the baking spice. But let's give it a try. The Volcan de May Tierra Reposado Tequila.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Got some water on the side with that. Yeah, definitely I get a huge baking spice and cinnamon note. Super big cinnamon note. There's a nice sweet honeyed note in the background as well. Get the vegetal earthy note there, a little bit of that lime, cracked pepper, and or just the skin of the jalapeno there. It's a little warming, not super bad at all. There's a little bit of a vanilla sweetness, perhaps from the barreling, especially that French oak. Definitely more of a minerality and a funk to it, if that makes any sense, as it's finishing. Definitely more of the earthy, less sweeter notes, which is kind of cool. All right. It's a fairly long finish for what it is. And I'm still getting that baking spice cinnamon kind of sweetness at the top of the mouth. For me, at least, if you really, I would say to people, if you really, I really like this tequila. If you really like cinnamon, really like the cinnamon in your baking kind of notes, that kind of note, this would be definitely the tequila to go and source. Volcan de Maytierra Reposado. Nice.
Cool.
We'll look at this Tillamook sharp white cheddar cheese. It already has a bite out of it. What the world? Got curious. Okay, so it's somewhere between soft and firm cheese. There's a very light sharpness to it, but you can tell that there's a sharp edge to the note. Just a little bit of salinity. Let's give it a taste.
Nice. Jesus. Oh, and cheers.
I mean, very light on the sharpness scale, but I think you can definitely tell that there's sharpness to it. There's a melting in the mouth a little bit. It's not super sticky there. I mean, it gets sharper as it goes along in the finishing flavors. A little bit of salinity to it. Yeah, it's just it's maybe more akin to like a sharper version of like a mozzarella or something like that. It's not like the white. It's not like the kind of a cheddar that Bumpy just had. It's a little more maybe nutty in flavor, I suppose, is maybe the right word to describe that as. All right. So let's try some tequila, Reposado, Volcan de Maytierra, and some cheese. So got some cheese on the palate. Let's go and take a sip and then try some more cheese.
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 Let's hit the tequila one more time.
It's be delicious.
Cheese.
Huh. Wow.
Cheese.
Interesting. So the sharpness of a or there's a peppery bite that's coming out of the tequila all of a sudden. And yeah, the cinnamon's ramping up and something akin to like a dark chocolate showing up in this tequila. Sharpness of cheese remains. The tequila has dried at this point. Did the cheese really? What did the tequila do to the cheese? Let me do one more taste with the tequila, and then I'll have some cheese. Well, it brought out a little bit of alcohol when you drank it that way from the tequila. Maybe some carameled notes are coming out when I do tequila and then the cheese. I definitely like the cheese and then tequila. There's much more depth of flavor there. That was very interesting. I was pretty good with all those baking spices and some chocolatier notes coming out when you had the tequila first and then the cheese.
Nice.
Cool.
Very interesting. I will sit and think about that. But I've never done tequila and cheese. That is an interesting option if you guys want to try that. A little bit of an aged tequila with a little bit of an aged cheese. Why not?
Yeah, that's called tequeezers.
Cheesers. Yeah. Tickle cheesers.
All right. On to the next.
Tequila.
Cheerio.
All right. Thanks, Eric. Cheers. All right. Yeah, my hair is. I got a little wire. I washed my hair
Yeah,
prior
can't
to
do a
the show,
thing
and I
with it.
forgot to blow dry it, so it like got all weird. All right,
Are we to
so
Sparkle next?
huh?
Are we at Sparkle next?
We're at Sparkle next.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that.
Save the host for
Hello,
that.
dear man.
I would do an intermission and tell you about my hair. There you go.
I love it. You're adorable.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
So I didn't have a clue what cheese I was going to put with this because I don't normally eat cheese with tequila. So, we'll give it a shot. This is the Asiago. And we're mixed a little Italian, a little Mexican, being a little culture friendly here. Has a really nice, sweet, rich smell. Creamy. Kind of like a mild, a little bit stronger than maybe a Munster, but a little cheddar with that. Maybe a little Parmesan. So let's see.
Cheezers.
Yeah, Jesus.
Jesus, man, Christ.
Little
It's
cheeses.
so creamy. It's not super salty. It has just a hint of salt. There is kind of a Parmesan coming through that. Little Romano. Cheddar, but a soft cheddar. Definitely mild. Easy eating cheese. Maybe on a spiced cracker or an herbal cracker. It'd be really good. Well, here we go.
I love that glass.
Isn't that great? Got little feet. And put my fingers around.
That's cool.
Can't take a big gulp.
Is
You
that
can take a big sip, but yeah, it's just a little.
Is that a little straw on the side, or is it just a
Yes.
handle?
Yeah, it's a little straw.
Oh, funny, dude. All right.
I love finding weird glasses. All right, let's see.
Oh shit, Bumpy.
Definitely coffee. Kind of a syrupy, not, well, tad vanilla maybe. Yeah, definitely vanilla. And when I take a big sniff, it's kind of, it's not burning, but I can feel it up the nose, and that's probably from the tequila. It smells blended very nicely. All right, take a sip.
Nice. Cheers. Sláinte.
That's nice. There's definitely some bite on the tongue from the tequila, but it doesn't hide the coffee. And the thing about the Cafe Dolce, it's definitely thinner than like a Kahlua, which you certainly could use to make this. But it's a definitely thinner coffee liqueur. And I think maybe that's why it sort of mixes pretty well with the tequila. There's also a white char where you add some cream to this, like you would a Black Russian.
Oh yeah.
Make a White Russian. The only difference is you use tequila.
A Mexican Russian.
There you go. Exactly. Yes. Oh,
wow.
dear. Oh, a sombrero or something. I don't know. But it is smooth. The tequila wants to take over, but the only way it doesn't, or the only way it does a little bit, is just the sharpness of the tequila. All right. Let's try it with cheese. This will be different.
Right.
Okay. Cheese first.
Cheese. And I forgot the name of your drink.
Asiago.
Cheese Ayago.
Asiago.
She's uncle.
All right. Let's see how this goes. Wow. That tamed that tequila right down. I can still taste the cheese a little bit. The drink is definitely predominant, but it kind of took the sharpness out of the tequila, which is interesting. All right, let's go the other way. I'm going to be plastered back. And I had to experiment and see what tasted good. So, before I even got here, it was interesting.
Second round.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow. I kind of like that better. If there's such a thing as a creamy drink without cream in it, I know that's weird. It did kind of soften everything up and still let you taste the cheese very mildly. So I would prefer it that way, so you could still taste both, but it softened the drink up and added a slight creaminess to it. You know what I mean? Very interesting. I don't know what other kind of cheese you would want to put with this, to be honest with you, unless it was like a cream cheese with fruit on it or, something like that. I really don't know. This one seems to work pretty well. May have to experiment some more. I do like this though. It's it's a quick high.
Oh.
It doesn't take much. Just saying.
Nice.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right, you're done. Okay, you're done for the night.
Still
All right.
sipping though.
Done.
All right, thanks, Sparkle. Oh man, cheers to everyone that just came in. Bill, man, cheers, dude.
Hello, Bill.
The Bill Hounds show. Just being Angie, Mrs. Angie, and the man. Cheers. All right, now it's my turn. Never mind my hair.
Okay,
So first, I'm going to get into Woodford Reserve rye. I didn't do any research. I still don't know how long they aged this, but it's got a really nice color for whatever age it is. Had a nice, good, colorful barrel it was sitting in for however long. So the lacing seems decent, or the legs, lacing. The legs seem pretty good. It's hanging up there on the edge pretty well before it actually drops down into legs. So it's pretty kind of a bit of a viscous kind of side on there. Seems kind of viscous, thick. I almost want to review this like a beer. It's not beer. On the nose, it's got a little bit of what's that alcohol kind of? What do you call that? What kind of come up with the name?
100 proof.
What'd you say, Eric?
Ethanol.
Yeah, got a little ethanol, kind of burst there. But once you get past it, you're getting a little bit of like cherry. There's a slight cherry and a little bit of like mint, like a minty cherry / pepper. I'm almost getting like a little bit of apricot, like dried apricot fruit peel or something. It's quite nice. It's got a nice subtle aroma to it. It's not, or not aroma, a slight subtle, a very subtle alcohol. It's not huge in the nose. It's not totally burning my nose. It allows me to kind of like smell what I want to get out of it. You know, it's got a nice thickness in the nose, even like it goes through nice and thick. It lets you really get a lot of like different aromas. Maybe no, it's got that big minty though. Minty, yeah, that rye is really coming through. Get better, it's a rye.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
Oh, we got Robert here, man. Oh yeah,
Rabbit.
dude. Cheers,
Hey,
dude.
Whiskey, it's rabbit.
Hi, Robert.
come on, man.
Oh,
Trying to think if there's anything
I'm
else.
trying to there. My thumb's too fat for my spoon.
Do you know that stuff that you put on the end of a straw, and then you blow it, and it blows a big bubble?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that plastic stuff.
It smells like that's like chemically kind of
Yeah.
plasticky smell. Yeah, like or like rubbers or like thongs. Not thongs like you guys think. We call them thongs in California, but like flip flops. It has that rubbery kind of flip flop smell. Alongside the cherry, though, the mint, the pepper.
like
Quite
it.
nice though. Let's taste it. Cheers.
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 Rye.
That's very smooth.
Uh-oh.
That I would consider this very smooth. It does have a little bit of a pepper sting. Slight mint coming through, mintiness. A nice little malty bit as well. Kind of a little malt, not malty like a beer malt, but like kind of not. I wouldn't say malty, just kind of I guess caramel. I guess a little caramel or something. There's a little bit of caramel or something. Okay, I don't review fucking liquor too much. Sorry. I'm
It's all
trying
right.
here.
Just do your best. Just do your best.
It's not too hot in the throat or the sinuses. It goes down really nice. It does have a viscous feel on the palate, on the tongue. It's not too drying in the front, but more drying on the finish. I don't know. It's just really smooth. It's easy to drink even on a hot day. Even, yeah, believe it or not. I do get that a slight dried fruit roll-up-y kind of apricot or peach with a little cherry. There's slight cherry coming through. I guess that's about it. It does have a sweetness to it, though. It's kind of sweet, as a sweet kind of thing. Awesome.
Angie called it super elastic bubble plastic.
Yeah, the aroma smells like that gassiness of that shit. Yeah, it's weird. Just had this before like 3 times in the past 4.5, 5 years of doing this show. But yeah, another Tillamook, as two of us have, the hickory smoked extra sharp white cheddar. The rind of it looks like that and smells way hella umami, hickory, meaty. And it's also a white cheddar, yeah, like I said. Kind of soft, medium-ish. Breaks pretty simple, pretty easy. Breaks pretty nice on the nose. Big, huge hickory. Almost bacon, tuna, seafood, umami. But then you're getting kind of a creamy saltiness through it. Very nice cheese. All right, I got to eat this. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's pasty on the tongue and mouth, palate. Really dry. I need something bad to take it down. That was way too big of a piece. Huge hickory. Like they had this right directly over the damn hickory smoke. This shit's nice. A little bit it's got a slight like tuna fish meat.
Oh no.
Salty. milky, creamy. Man, that tastes like bacon kind of too. It's got a little bacon. That's good. It's really caking on the palate. Like you need something to kind of break it up, take it down. All right, I gotta have some of this reserve with this. So let's go ahead and do it.
You're right.
Chip wood first. I had McDonald's before this. This is what McDonald's does to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, thanks for not showing what else it does to you.
bubble gut.
Hey man, what's up, Wayne?
Sorry.
All right, I'm still trying to get this through. Hold on.
Don't spill your whiskey.
I know.
You're shaking around a lot there.
All right. Oh, it's oily. When you start doing that and mushing it in the mouth, it gets real oily. All right. It brings out the mint more. The sweetness kind of flows through it. Peppery, heaty kind of feel on the tongue. Knocks through that oiliness that was being left behind with cheese. The umami, meaty tuna kind of thing is still there, but it's not as present. The cream kind of went away. It's almost like the alcohol kind of it's kind of like putting Dawn soap on some oily pan.
Oh,
washing
no.
it away. I might have taken too big a swig too. Hold on. I'll just take a little tiny bite this time. I need a little bit more. I'll take a smaller bite or drink. All right, come on, man.
Come on, man.
Here we go. Let's go slower. Slow down. It seems like the whiskey is kind of taking over, but you are left with a little bit of the salt and the smoke in the finish. Kind of makes the rice kind of smoky, which is kind of nice. That hickory smoke kind of resides in the back, and as the whiskey goes through it, it brings out a little like a smoky rye, which is really nice. It's really nice. It's not bad. I kind of like it. I'm going to enjoy this. Cheers. I am enjoying this, but I will enjoy it further. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Yes. Yes.
Wasn't the greatest liquor review, but hey, man, I did my best. Cheers.
Hey.
Let's bring up Whiskey Scout, Mr. Robert here. Thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I would have been here sooner, but I had to do my daughter. We had to get her situated first. Anyway, so I didn't even know if I'd make it, but we got done in time, and I was kind of listening to you guys, so I seen there would be time. I was originally going to do this. It's a red apple cheese, bourbon Gouda.
Oh yeah.
Hickory smoked with Kentucky bourbon added to it.
Oh,
and last week, I bought it at Walmart. It's from their cheese department there in Walmart. I was going to do this with the Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, but then when I logged on, I was watching Thomas was doing his with tequila, and she did her something different. So I thought, well, I'll get a bourbon for this, but I'm going to tell you, I've been sitting here thinking about it and listening to you, Beer Man. I think bourbon would probably just overwhelm this. So to be contrary and do something different, I did this last week on Ontario's channel on Friday. We're going to do it again because this stuff is really good.
All right.
It is El Padrino tequila cream. It's coffee. It's a liqueur. It's 15% alcohol by volume. Bought it at Total Wine and Liquor. So it's only 30 proof. And made with silver tequila, cream liqueur, and obviously it's got coffee in it.
Sounds wonderful.
That was drank during the review with him.
Oh my God.
The whole thing. I could drink the whole
wonderful. It is wonderful.
It is it is much better than I thought it would be. But I'm thinking at least with this will counterpoint maybe a little bit with the cheese. And we'll just go ahead and pour us a real nice, healthy pour.
Whoa.
Go ahead and go through most of it there, Beer Man.
Oh yeah, go for the whole thing. Go for it.
Right.
Do the whole enchilada.
Yep.
You get the coffee up front. Nice vanilla background. You even get that little bit of sweetness in it. You get the cream. It's wonderful. I mean, it's just wonderful. I'm going to be really truthful. You do not get the tequila till you get the taste. The tequila counterbalances the sweet subtly, very subtly. And it just, this is awesome stuff. It's just just don't know how to say it. It's a sweet drink without being so sweet as to be miserable to your palate if you drink too much. You know, there's some sweet, like a heavy liqueur that is super sugary. They just give you headaches and make you upset your stomach. You drink 2 or 3 of them. This is not like that. Everything is kind of stays really well in balance with this one. But the coffee notes they use are excellent because I've got a 50%, 100 proof upstairs coffee liqueur, and it's good. But it's a different kind of good. It is leaning much harder into the whiskey on that one. It's a whiskey based, and it's good too. But this is just if you get the Total Wine, and it said $29.99 on the website, but I know I got it on sale for like $24.99. I got like 5.
Can you show that bottle again, honey?
Yes.
Oh, marvelous! Thank you.
That's what you just said, right? Or made?
Huh?
Sparkle?
What, hon?
Didn't you just make something like that? What he's got there?
No, I used the Cafe Dolce and the tequila.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't a cream
Sorry about
tequila, but I'm now thinking that could be amazing.
Thank you. I think you would really like it.
I bet I
go
would.
on a limb and say yes, you're going to like it.
I bet I would.
Okay, we got well, it was kind of springy. It's sprang until it broke. But it's kind of bendable, creamy, smelly. That creamy smell, the hickory smoke you get. You don't really get no bourbon on the nose on it. But on the flavor, you get a nice, good, creamy, milky Gouda. A soft, chewy. The hickory's there. And the bourbon's really subtle in it. It's there, but you don't have to hunt for it. But it lingers. It's not a very overwhelming flavor in this. I like it. I like Gouda. And you can blame this on Bumpy because when Bumpy ate that Gouda last week, I just said, I ain't had no Gouda cheese in a long time.
Gouda goes Gouda with anything.
I love Gouda.
The hickory smoke is not overwhelming on this one as it sounds like it is on Beer Man's. It's there, but it's not like dominant flavor. Really, honestly, the Gouda is the dominant flavor. Then you get the hickory, then you get the bourbon in that pattern there. It's good. All right. We're going to go cream liqueur first, then Gouda.
Creamy cheers. Creamy cheesers.
Cheers.
The cream on cream the milk flavors go through both of these so well. They kind of counterpoint. You get the tequila up front with the cream on cream, and you just get just a hint of the smoke, and I'm not picking up any bourbon together like that. Maybe here in the very tail of it. So what did I do first? I did the drink and then the cheese. So then we do the cheese and then the drink. It's the same thing. A little bit more cheese. When you start with the cheese tends to dominate. You get more of the tequila note, becomes a little bit stronger if you follow it, eat the cheese and then follow with that. But again, that tequila note's nice. It's just a very subtle, warming, light, that tequila vegetal note. It's the best way I know how to refer to it. It's just kind of a vegetal sort of notice, just different. And it's not fruity. It's the other side. I like them both. Are we looking for scores yet?
Oh, no, not yet. Yep.
Okay, I didn't think so. Well, that's what I got, guys. And
I'm so glad you shared that one with me. I'm going to have to look for it.
I believe it.
Yeah. And I will blame you.
That's all right. I got it.
You can handle it. You can handle the blame.
Thank you.
Right on. Thanks, dude. Thank you, Robert. All right,
you,
let's yeah, dude. All right, let's get Bumpy up here for our last thoughts.
Oh shit! Already?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I went through 2 Bloody Marys. And finish off the rest of the Kettle One vodka. And
oh my!
Well, I have to say, my second one I poured a little bit more vodka because it wasn't enough to like just leave. You know, it's like a stupid amount of vodka to put back. So my second Bloody Mary was a little better. The Kettle One came through a little bit more. It's pretty smooth vodka. It actually has kind of like a creamy mouthfeel to it, nice smoothness, in a very clean and nice flavor profile. I'm not one to just shoot vodka, but it was kind of poking its head through with the Mr. and Mrs. T's stuff. This is a pretty, I'd say if you just want to start from just have a base, this is a good base mix. And then go from there. You can add your own whatever you want to it to kind of build it up a bit more. It beats like purchasing one of the ones I did before that was like one of those super chunky ones and then just kind of getting sick of it after, you know, a second. Chunk. It's like, I want to drink. I don't want to eat. So yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like anywhere close to the best Bloody Mary I've ever had, but it was doable. And I added some jalapenos and cheese too. The Tillamook orange, extra sharp, aged cheddar. It was a so-so cheddar. Once again, it wasn't like offensive, but it wasn't anywhere close to some of the best cheddars that I've had. It's one of those things where you have somebody that, I don't know, they're just a plain Jane. Maybe they're a Bud Light drinker. And yeah, maybe they don't like super, fancy stuff in their life. And they might be happy with it. So I think it's something that you can definitely have. If you had like a little party with a little table with some cheese and stuff like that on it. It's not gonna offend anybody, but it wasn't, like I said, far from the best cheddar cheese I've ever had. So it doesn't even touch my top 10. So yeah, good. I think overall the whole thing was good. I mean, I knew that cheese definitely goes well with tomatoes. I mean, just tomato products alone, cheese goes good with it. You got those I don't know what the hell they're called, the tomato slices that you put the cheese and the basil and the
Italian herbs and the cheese.
Yeah. So I mean that works well. I mean you see the cheese chunks a lot when you make a Bloody Mary or you have a Bloody Mary at some restaurants. Yeah, so I knew it was going to work. And that's exactly what it did. It worked well. Overall, not disappointed. It was a good night. Everything was just good.
Cheese pizza.
And now I'm drinking some jalapeno Jack hot jalapeno ale.
Oh my God, you are a glutton for punishment.
Gave my wife some of this. So I just had her take a sip, and she's like, "Oh no!"
Oh my God!
She's like, "It smells just like jalapeno juice."
Oh, no.
What's the style of that? What style?
Of what?
Or the beer.
What beer is it? What kind of beer?
Oh, it's a jalapeno ale.
Oh, just an ale, just
That
an
orange Jack.
ale or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a bland ale with a lot of jalapeno in it.
Bland ale.
Cool. That's awesome.
5%.
Fruit/vegetable ale.
5%, perfect, dude.
Wow.
All right.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's a spicy.
Yeah.
It's a spicy beer.
A little red, bump the road.
All right.
You're hot, Bumpy.
All right, Bumpy man. Thank you, bro.
Cheers.
On to the next. Cheers. On to who do we got? Eric. We got Eric next. We do. Cheers.
Oh, thank you for stopping by again. Beer Man's channel of YouTube. Tequila. It's the Volcan de Mi Tierra Reposado. Tequila Reposado. Boom. 40% ABV. Most tequila, not all tequilas are 40%, but most of the time you're finding 40% tequilas. And a lot of the time in Mexico, they are 38. It's just cheaper to produce them for legal reasons too. They do it that way. So I went back to my channel really quickly and found the breakdown of how we do our liquor reviews on Tanner's channel with all the different whiskeys. And I broke it down to a 81 out of 100. This was back in, I think, January. And I've had 6 months of trying a lot of different tequilas over time. And I end up now thinking much higher on this tequila. And I go with an 85. I definitely thought aromas and tastes were superior to that time period. And I'm keeping the finish at a 16 out of 20, mouthfeel 17. I'm keeping that. The looks and aesthetics, I went from a 7 to a 9. I think this actually does look pretty spiffy, especially with the look at that with that volcano in that bottle like that. I think I ripped the bottling and did a new one, but that thing is awesome. And value is a 7 out of 10.
Cool.
Was pretty good value when I bought it in the $50 range. Now it's in the low 70s, so it's not really huge, super huge value. But again, baking spices, cinnamon bomb. I was looking on this website like Untapped called Tequila Matchmaker. They're talking about a lot of the people are talking about butterscotch kind of notes to it. I will agree with that too. And that French oak barreling that they're doing for those 2 months really does lend itself to more of a sweeter vanilla as well kind of aspects in there. And when you have it with that Tillamook white cheddar cheese, which I would agree with Bumpy on his assessment of his Tillamook cheese to the one that I'm eating now. It's nothing really to write home about. It's a pretty good grocery store cheese brand you're going to find all over the place. Nothing wrong with this cheese. Very light on the sharpness level. So I think a person that doesn't like sharp cheese could really like this particular cheese. There's a little something in the background to differentiate itself from a non-sharper cheese, but it's not really that sharp at all. But when you have it with the tequila, does that tequila become very dark chocolatey, more caramel, like almost on the top, like your caramel sauce on the top of an ice cream sundae or something like that. And then I started thinking about it as we're going through as well. And I started to think like almost like mocha kind of notes to it. It was very, very good. I didn't like it so much. I liked the tequila then cheese as opposed to cheese then tequila. I thought it kind of killed some of those flavors when you did it the other way around, the cheese and then the tequila. It really did mask all sharp levels to the cheese. So if you really like super sharp cheeses, maybe you should get a sharper cheese than I had. Maybe that would stand up a little bit. Some black pepper spicy notes too. The whole experience, So if I give an 85 to the cheese, maybe I can just go straight 85 on the whole experience. But I think
whole enchilada.
better experience. I think both of the products are going to be an 85. And actually, you know what? I'll bump the whole thing up another 5 points. So maybe like a 90 out of 100. I do think both parts are better than they are individually. Yeah. 2 thumbs up. That is cool.
Good
Tequila
job.
and cheese.
Good.
Nice.
Onwards to Sparkle.
Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks, Eric. Cheers, dude. All right. On the
People.
Sparkle.
All
I
right.
like that. I didn't know there was a volcano in there. Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I have had these separately, and the Jose Cuervo has always been a good mid-range product for me. I've used it for margaritas and whatnot, so I do like it. The Cafe Dolce, I've had better coffee liqueurs, but this one mixed with the tequila works really well. The Cafe Dolce is 21% alcohol, 42 proof, and the Jose Cuervo is, I'm sorry, 48%, 80 proof. So they blend well together. It's not like you're going to be getting over 100 proof tequila and blah, blah, blah to wipe you out. It is a great blend. I like it. I think it works well. I think for this particular drink, I would give it, a good 90%. Now, as far as with the cheese, the Asiago worked pretty well. I mean, it really did. With the Asiago after, it gave kind of a creaminess to the drink. I'd be very curious to try something that maybe had some chili peppers in the cheese to see if that, I know it would change it, but I'm curious to see what that would do, because it is not a bitey drink. I mean, that calms down after you first have a sip. And so I'd be kind of curious to see what that is. But so far, this one works pretty well. And so I would give the whole experience with the cheese being after the drink a good 95. It's a great combo. It's a great drink. And if you want to get loaded fast, it works. Just saying.
Please be delicious.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Hey, I'm nothing but honest. What can I say?
It's okay.
I'm going to just say it like it is, folks.
You gotta be. All right. Thanks, Sparkle. Her name is Psalms. Yeah, thank you. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up Robert next. Here we go.
He caught me in a bite. I wish it had more of a bourbon flavor to the background of that cheese. That's kind of lacking. I was expecting more. So I'm going to give the cheese a 90. There's nothing wrong with it. That's a Gouda. But if you're going to tell me it's got bourbon in it, I want to taste the bourbon real. I want it to really be there. The hickory's there. It's not, like I said, it's not as intense sounding as yours was, but I expect more bourbon flavor to it. And I'm going to tell you, the coffee tequila cream, when this is gone, I'm going to buy it again. There's no doubt about it. Cheese, I'll give a 92. I'm going to give a 90. I can't remember if I gave a 97 or a 98 to the coffee drink there. But I've only had a few, and I've liked them all pretty much because I like coffee. But this one is in a special place all by itself. It's just really good. To me, this is better than Bailey's. It's better than any of that.
Nice.
Really good stuff.
Wow.
I mean,
Nice.
if you're going to give me the choice and you line it all up, so far, this is what I'm reaching for.
It's an expensive cheese. It's like $10.
Oh, my red apple cheese.
Yeah, that I've been wanting to
Yeah,
get
I
it for
think
a
it
while,
was-
but
I don't know if it was 10.
at least here it was 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I paid 7 something for it. But you're
Oh,
right,
that's
it
not
wasn't
bad.
cheap.
Cheap.
I think
Wow.
it was 7 something if I remember right. So together, I definitively liked the cheese and then the coffee drink after the cheese. If I remember, yeah, it was the second way. That was my favorite way with them. I will give that. I'll meet it in the middle. I'll say 97.90. We'll say 93.7. No, we'll just say 93. We'll leave the.
Nice.
I was going to get a little weird. But never mind.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's good. They're good together. The creaminess and the creaminess of both works together with that. I just wish I had a little bit more bourbon to kind of counterpoint that tequila. Just that I would like to have that counterpoint.
Interesting.
So, nice.
That's what I got.
All right, man. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey, now I wrote down a bunch of shit, so now you get to hear my shit.
All right, here comes a beer man poem.
Oh, goody.
It's
Here
a
we go.
poem. It's a poem. No, so we're gonna say it quick. Minty peppery, sweet apricot dried fruit, slight red apple, flavor-wise. Dry finish, sweet on front with a bit of pepper spice, herbal, minty, and cool. Some caramel, brown sugar came out when it warmed up, rich and lathering. Finish and mouthfeel was so smooth and relaxed. Liquor before cheese is better. I didn't do that. I forgot, and it's much better because the cheese kind of goes over that liquor, and it kind of lets the liquor kind of sift through the cheese, and it's rather nice. On Tanner's scale, we'll say the aesthetics. I'll give it a 7 because I really think this bottle's awesome. It's all thin and weird, but cool. I like that.
You clog it.
Has a real cork. That's a bonus.
Real
16 on the nose. Flavor got a 17. Mouthfeel got a 17. Finish got a 17.
Ooh,
Value is actually 35, not 30. Still
pretty good.
a pretty good price, I think, in my opinion, for what I tasted. Overall, an 82. I like this. It's actually better than Michter's, which I have to fight, though, because I liked Michter's, I think, a lot better. I don't know. I have to look at this now. But I still have a little pinch of Michter's rye in the closet. Dan wanted me to say. But an 82, I guess, is what I get there. There you go. And then the cheese was it's just an amazing cheese. It's a great cheese. A little umami tuna, creamy, salty, cheddar, sharp cheddar, very nice, dry, and you just need something to kind of drink with it. A little wetter than liquor, but again, like I said, the liquor before the cheese was good. But I would give the cheese like a 90, 95 for sure. 94, 95. Excellent cheese. The pairing, liquor before cheese, not bad at all. It really kind of allowed both worlds to kind of shine, and I like that. Before though, cheese before the rye, not so much. The rye really took over the cheese, and I couldn't really taste it. So I would probably give the pairing like a 92 out of 100. Not too bad at all. A minus-ish. There you go.
Great review, Beer Man.
There you go.
Not bad, not bad. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and let me just get you guys situated. And there we go. I'm just gonna let you guys go from your squares. We're not gonna go big. Just go ahead and do a little shout out, whatever you want to say. Let me get this banner off of here. Go for it.
Hollywood Squares. Yeah.
Well,
Watch that with me.
I would say make sure pay a little visit to Ridgeopolis.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Check them out once in a while. still putting out videos. He's a good guy. He likes to. I'm not sure if he watches everybody's videos, but he definitely sees some of my stuff. Especially likes my pizza review things. So I was kind of chiming in on those. So on my channel, I have some frozen pizza reviews. I did post a video today that was not frozen pizza, but I went through Concord. My main intent was to just go to different places that just give a single slice. I really wanted to go in and videotape inside, but I don't have the cojones for that. Plus, some of the places, there's other people inside, and it's just I feel weird. So, but anyways, a little bit of a different video. That was a shout out to King Cobra. I do my beer reviews, and sometimes I might cook something up and video record that as well. So that's my channel. Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Cheers. Bumpy.
Right on, Bumpy. Okay, Thomas Metal 75. That is the channel of YouTube, and we do beer reviews, whiskey reviews, and different kind of agave spirits. Who knows? One day maybe a little rum review. Why not? And the big show on the channel is the Wild Card Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Just only meant to use a beverage. Just bring a beer, wine, spirit, or really any adult beverage. Let's have some fun. Don't be a douche. Check the bag. Check your bags at baggage claim is what I like to say. And people to watch on our good old social media platform. I see Tanner with the East Coast Liquor Reviews just did a White Claw Hard Seltzer Variety Pack review.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't look at that.
Yeah, man. And one of my old friends from the YouTube platform here, Agave and Beer Reviews by Boss, B0SS, formerly known as Drinking Under Influence, from Alberta, Canada. And as the name suggests, agave spirits and beer reviews. Go check them out, everybody. Wow. Tanner, East Coast Liquor Reviews, and agave and beer reviews by Boss.
Awesome. Thanks, Eric. All right. Sparkle, how's your was doing? How's everything going?
So I was checking out some channels that did cocktails, and I came across the Enchanted Barfly, and he did some really cool cocktail mixes, as did, just get up here a minute, 6 drinks everyone should know. And that's okay, that's the Barfly. And then the Muddle channel, he talks about Kahlua, mixing and making drinks with Kahlua. So that was kind of fun to watch because I was, getting ready for this. So I'll do a shout out for both of them. As for me, I have a collaboration on the 15th of this month, and I believe it's the 25th. I already have put the the paint stuff together, but it won't go up until then. And otherwise, I'll be taking it a little slow for a little while. So anyway, that's what I have. Oh, and let me just mention that some of my art people are doing some amazing things. Taslima Maya Art. I'd love to have you check her out. She is incredible. She does the most wonderful texture art, and she'll blow you away. So those are my shout outs.
Can you put her link in, can you copy her link into the thing?
Yeah, yes.
Definitely.
Let me see how I can do that. Okay.
I've had a hard time spelling that in my head.
I can do this. Just leave them. I didn't spell it right.
Didn't mean to
Lena
put you on the spot.
May. At youtube.com. I think that should do it. That should do
it. All right.
it.
That's it. Oh,
Okay, hold on. You go ahead and then I'll put it in.
Robert. Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
Well, crap.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all
Now
good.
you sound like my wife. That's her favorite. Well, it's more with her. It's more. It's
Well, crap.
she does that all the time.
Okay, I'll find it. I'll find it. So go ahead with everybody else and I'll
Okay.
finger it out.
I think I'm up next. The one I met him 3 years ago with Bart Scott on Scotch Test Dummies. We was doing a live over there, and I think it was 3, maybe 4 at this point. It's been a while. But Charlie and Gene, they run a channel called App Multicasting, and I'll put the link in the chat over here. If anybody wants to go check out their channel. But they do whiskey reviews, but they also do slushies. They make slushies. They got a slushie machine. They make all kinds of alcoholic
I
slushies.
love slushies.
Damn,
I mean,
dude.
they make just if you want to, if you have a slushie machine and you want to, they got some good recipes. They go through they do a good job. So that would be that'd be my shout out. I like them. They're both good people. I've met them. They're down to earth. He does a Christmas time. He's one of those people that puts up so many Christmas lights. I mean, you can see it from space kind of thing. So the people drive through the neighborhood they live in out there in West Wichita, and they're like on the houses to go to see lights. I mean, they have everything. I mean, he had a bench he had set out front. People stole his bench. Some guy came along in the back of a truck, picked it up, pitched it in the back of the truck.
Oh no!
I mean, at Christmas time for the lights.
Oh geez.
He has a security cam. They can't make out the truck or nothing, but they never caught the guy. But they watched him. He just jumped out, picked up that, like a little park bench sort of thing, wood slot park bench, picked it up, took it back to the truck. But anyway, they got a good channel, and if you like whiskey reviews, you're interested in slushies, making slushies, that's a good channel to go check it out at.
Yeah, it sounds great. I want a slushie.
I'm almost done.
You're almost done.
I will be before we turn this off.
Oh man. All right. Well, thanks guys. All right. So and gal. So two, I'm gonna shout out right away off the get-go here is Short and Stout Beer Reviews. He just put up Sammy put up another one of his Carwin Cellars Black Box 2024 Day 9. It's Adam Bier Dortmunger. Yeah, go check that out. And then one is Gam like damn, but with a G, and Dude D-U-U-D Brewing. Gam Dude Brewing. I've mentioned him before, but he's cool. He did a Vice Beer Brew Day recently, so he's a very dry, humorous guy, but very funny. Kind of like him. It's cool listening to him talk and shit. But yeah, so Beer and Cheese Tuesday, we're trying to figure something out to make this a little more pepped up instead of your normal beer and cheese. We might look into possibly doing like themed out ones where we do certain things. I'll talk about it later.
Pretty crazy. We're talking about it.
Yeah, we're talking about it. But Beer and Cheese regular next Tuesday, 8 o'clock Eastern. I better get home early from work. And then Wednesday tomorrow I'm off, so I should be there. It's 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern for All Spun Out. Everyone's got some adjectives. If you can be there, that'd be great. Bring your beer and spin that wheel. Guess that ABV. Win a prize at the end of the month.
Oh,
exactly. So Tanner was the winner for last month, and I've got my it's a 7.2 is what it came down to. It's a New England IPA now, not a double New England. So, but a very, very decent beer so far. So, hopefully he'll like that. And
I have Taslima's link up there in the chat.
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, Taslima Mays. Okay.
Please check her out. She's amazing.
Will do. So just trying to think of anything else that I can think of. Oh, I'm doing O-Face, which is the oatmeal stout. I'm gonna have to kind of revise it and work with a few things, but other than that, we'll have that ready for my wife. She's dying for some stout, so I think Lep. I'm gonna have to get Lep, and I know Sparkle's gonna want some of that too. So we might have to figure out who wants some. But I do got to keep some for my wife because she's got to save some cash.
Yes.
So, but we'll figure it out. That's oatmeal stout, Americanized stout, 7%, 7.2 with vanilla in it. And that's about it. That's all I got. So, I might do some beer reviews or something like that. Who knows? But just look out for Beer Man and his crazy corks. Hey, there's the channel name. Maybe I should change my fucking name. So yeah, I just want to say thank you guys. Thanks on the panel. Thanks guys for being here. This has been fun. Interesting seeing the different stuff that we do here with the as Eric calls it, the adult beverages. It works. So that might be something we have to take into mind in the future beer and cheeses. Might be something different. So been doing this for so fucking long that I'm gonna have to change some things up. So anyway, thanks and cheers to Bumpyisms, Thomas Middle 75, Art by Sparkle, and Whiskey Scout. You guys rock. Thank you so much for being here. And Beer Man. And thanks to the community. Thank you, community, for being here and showing up and putting out those comments and showing your appreciation by just hanging out with us. So appreciate you guys. All right, we're out of here. I don't have Art by Sparkle, but I don't have Alex to throw it out. So you guys have a good night, day wherever you're from in this beautiful world. And after one more sip of whatever the fuck you got today.
The last of it, literally.
Oh, he's done.
All right, we out of here. Cheers.
Cheers.